a... what is this called? We have a loading screen. This game can be the round of 8 game, DominateDominion.com League of Legends Dominion Tournament number 35. We have Amputees versus Beware Tallgrass. Amputees on the top, with Genolicious playing as Ezreal, Science playing as Katarina, Azezo2000 playing as Maokai, Duelpower playing as Pantheon, and Metalfenrir playing as Nunu. On the lower half of the loading screen here, we have Beware Tallgrass, we have Stormfallen playing as Evelynn, Dusekkar playing as Amumu, Cless as Varus, Zenthien as Xin Zhao, and JigglyThePuff playing as Urgot. I do like that they have a high command cat skin, because that's a pretty cool character skin. The new one for her is actually pretty neat too. The candy cane lane one, or whatever the heck it's called, is pretty neat. Eventually you'll be able to run an all candy team with Poppy and Lulu and Katarina and Misfortune, if you have the older 2010 Misfortune skin that has the little candy cane guns. I'm sure there's more that I am forgetting, so should pop into the game at any moment here now. Well, looking at the summoner spells on both teams here, there's a bunch of revives, which is pretty standard. Seeing Varus with a flash is kind of interesting. That's because Varus doesn't really have an escape mechanic built into his character, so that flash is really going to help him out a lot if he gets caught. And I'm going to figure out who's bottom lane against who, and then I'm going to move these little dudes appropriately. Let's turn on the KDA, because people like the kills, deaths, and assists meter. And, you know, I gotta bring people what they want. That's my job. I'm running the stream. I'm Gander, it's Gaming Clan, Vato Clan. For anyone wondering, Chobra, not able to make it. He had a thing come up at the last minute. So I got to pick up the stream and run with it down the street screaming, woohoo! I've got camera control. So, both teams get over here, blue and red. Do I have that? Yes, I do have the colorblind mode on, which is pretty cool. Looking at the opening items, everything looks pretty standard. Boots, pro items, potions, everything looking pretty ordinary. Seeing Ezreal getting a, what is that item that you have, Ezreal? That is a different... What does this do? Thing... Oh. This is cool. It's like a health potion, but you can, like, refill it? That's kinda neat. He has a sippy cup. I'm happy about that. And seeing Longsword, probably going to turn that into a Brutalizer. Would not be surprised at all. That's what we saw. Looks like we're going to see Nunu going bottom. So yeah, Nunu and Urgot down in the bottom lane. Those two are lined up against each other on the thing. And the battle has begun! Little announcer lady has told us exactly what's going on. And seeing Katarina open with the Tome and the Ruby Crystal there. So going for the health, going for the AP. Probably going for a... That turns into some sort of pen item, assuming Haunting Guise is still in the game. Not quite updated on all the Season 3 item changes yet. Got 3v3 up here at the top. Maokai with that little spooky little sapling, or whatever that thing is. I'm not entirely sure. Soften back, and there we go. There's an interrupt right there from Cless. Tagging Genolicious with that, doing some damage. Getting that interrupt there. And it's a line effect, which means if the numbers of amputees line up just right, I mean, Cless can get some pretty sick interrupts there. Seeing the... I forget what that's called already, but that's okay. A little bit of AoE, and just a little bit back and forth, a little bit of poke, tagging two of them right there. Good shot by Cless Varus. Stormfallen getting a little bit injured right there. I'm not sure how much I like that. Eve's a champion that is pretty fragile. That spear shot goes off. Got a sapling toss in there. Bam! Yeah, kite that into your ally, Dusekkar. That's very friendly of you. Still up, twist. That's not twist advance. Dash goes in. Zenthien goes in. He gets burst down. Kills Maokai. Dusekkar goes down in the exchange as well. Cless the only one alive. Science jumps right over and nope. There's that flash that I was talking about. Varus not having an escape mechanic. Uses a summoner spell to get an escape mechanic. Disappears over the wall. And Science not able to pick up that kill. We got the revives coming into play already. Stormfallen over here in the bushes, looking for someone who's trying to retreat, but not finding anyone right now. Zenthien and Science having a disagreement of sorts up here at the windmill. A little bit of damage exchange, but absolutely nothing serious right now. See him charging up over there, getting some auto attacks in, getting a little bit of farm, getting a little bit of gold. Down there, seeing Nunu and Azezo coming down to the bottom lane to help Metalfenrir out. Point almost going neutral down there. Urgot seeming to do a pretty good job while it's going to see a ping going off on the map right there. Dusekkar sticking his head out. Dusekkar wants people to hit him because he is a Mumu. And neither team right now actually has any idea what's going on at the moment. The red team is in a slightly better position. And Beware Tallgrass falling back a little bit. Varus picking up the Storm Shield. No one really there to contest it, though. We see a little bit of saplings getting thrown around by Zizio. No, not yet, it seems. So it's over the other side of the wall. And Duelpower Grass is just looking for a position in which they can engage the enemy team right now. They don't want to dive. They don't want to commit to a tower dive right now. Seeing Dusekkar get a banish toss in, tag Science, get the Curse of the Sad Mummy, takes them down. That was a lot of commitment for just taking down Katarina. And that's kind of screwed up the enemy positioning a little bit. You see Ezreal falling back to the refinery right there. Pantheon going up to the top. And if they're going to mob up all four up on top of the windmill right here, they're going to have an opportunity to make a play here before Ezreal and Katarina are able to catch up. See Dusekkar start capturing immediately in order to stop the tower from shooting. Zenthien dives in to get the crowd controlling on Duelpower. Stormfallen helping to take him down right there. And a garrison goes down to interrupt the tower. Cless gets exhausted, and they're trying to get Cless down because they know that Cless can do so much damage, but able to take down Ezreal. But now Science catching up with the fight. We're going to see that cooldown reset. Are we going to see Katarina get a bunch of kills right there? We do get to see a cooldown reset. Stormfallen getting chased away. Maokai dies in the exchange, and they are able to successfully defend the position right there, helping them out significantly in holding that. In the lower half of the map, it looks like Varus is going to go down for a gank here on the bottom lane, though, although his snare is on cooldown and tags him right there, gets a little bit of damage in on him. JigglyThePuff not able to connect with the rocket there. So Nunu is going to get back away just fine. Dusekkar hanging out over there. Ezreal's going to pop a couple of shots off, get the damage in from that Storm Shield just by tagging him. Aggressive Arcane Shift over the wall to put a little bit more hurt in. And Dusekkar might be looking for a Banish Toss here. We will see if he opts to go for it. But if he does Banish Toss in, Xin Zhao doesn't have any way to follow him because I don't know if Xin Zhao can actually go through that wall or not. Misses with the Banish Toss, unfortunately, right there. And then Twisted Advance in on Stormfallen right away. Azezo getting damaged by all three of the champions. True Shot Barrage tags everyone at once. Dusekkar, get away from there. Spear shot right to the back. Takes him down. But Duelpower was caught away from the team a little bit. Cless able to clean that up very, very easily. And Genolicious kind of hanging back, trying to do as much damage as he can from a safe position. Stormfallen is going to recall on the gosh darn freaking spot. Zenthien is going to back off, and Cless is going to hang around up there, do a little bit of damage in on Science, but they're still not really in a position where they can get aggressive on that tower. They've had a lot of really cool trades in the jungle, but they haven't been able to really dive on or turn that point over. In the bottom lane, JigglyThePuff is pushing the creep wave up on the bottom tower. Again, Metalfenrir has been hanging back. JigglyThePuff has been kind of in control of things so far this game. And we see right there using the minions to try and get the capture in on that. We'll see if that's going to go neutral or if Metalfenrir is going to have a garrison, but no! Using it a little bit too late, unfortunately. Not able to get it healed up enough at that point. It's going to go neutral. Now, JigglyThePuff has the ability to keep this neutral for a while. Getting up closer. There we go. Tagging with the interrupt right there. The minions are going to help knock the capture down on that a little bit more. And now a lot of damage going in on Metalfenrir, but Duelpower comes down, which is going to leave a little bit of a lopsided engagement up on the upper end of the map. With a lot of minions coming up here, they're working really hard to clear them out. In 4v3, Pantheon is not up here yet. This does create a position for them to get offensive on the windmill, but if they don't use their time wisely, Pantheon's going to be able to get there, and he's just bringing up the rear right now, and now the fight has evened up. They got a lot of capture in on the tower, but now it's an even fight once again. They wanted to use the minions to keep themselves out of harm's way to try and chip it down, but when you have so many enemy champions on the point, it's really, really difficult to get that capture, and there's just a sliver of it left. If they keep feeding minions into it, they can get it neutral, but the longer they're there, the more vulnerable they are to the harass from Maokai's sapling. Unfortunately, Ezreal and Katarina and Pantheon don't really have any long-range harass. So, I mean, they could do that, but it's just a matter of time, and now you see them pushing off of the point, trying to keep them further back away from it, getting a little bit more forward about taking care of the minion problem and things like that. You see Dusekkar getting low on health, Cless, Zenthien, everyone getting a little bit lower on health, and seeing Stormfallen breaking off, maybe heading down towards the bottom lane there. Is Genolicious going to get hit? Yes! Takes some damage right there. Good shot. puts the hurt on him down in the bottom lane, though. JigglyThePuff has started a little bit of a fight with Nunu there. Nunu having blown the absolute zero. JigglyThePuff kind of retreating now seeing Duelpower there, but Stormfallen is there as well. And Duelpower isn't terribly aware. There's the position reversal, and that's what I talked about right before the game went live, about being able to stick the enemy champion between an ally and you, and now Duelpower is in a really, really bad spot. Able to get the kill on Urgot, though. That critical hit there from him being low on health. And is Stormfallen going to be able to pull this neutral off before Metalfenrir gets there? Yes! Is he going to try and commit to it? No, he is going to back off. Hopefully wait for that stealth to kick in and then get on out of there. But with the attention down in the bottom lane, they did make that play up at top. They got the neutral off on the tower now, and Science is away from everyone else, gets airborne, gets everything at once, and gets taken down. Genolicious goes for the aggressive arcane shift, goes over the wall, takes down Xin Zhao, but caught by himself between Amumu and Varus, is going to take all of the damage that was readily available to be given and get taken down. And that point is going to turn over to Beware Tall Grass. They do have a point getting neutral over here. Minions are very good. Do not underestimate the minions. And down here, Metalfenrir is able to recover this point. So this point's going to get picked back up for AMPuTs. Beware Tall Grass is going to pick up the drill once again and put it in sort of a 3-cap, 2-cap situation. Duelpower going into the middle of the map. Going to pick up this Storm Shield here because Pantheon doesn't... You just need more shields with Pantheon. Pantheon's got one shield. He can get a little order of shields that spin around him in a circle. He can get a Storm Shield on top of that. I don't know anything else that has a shield, but I'm sure he could find one in the item menu somewhere. Maokai checking over the wall with the sapling there. And you see them here. Ooh, nice shot by Cless. Checking, getting 2 people right there with 1 shot. Stormfallen is stealth right now, and they're going in the bushes right there. Zenthien sees exactly what's going on. Stormfallen gets hit by that, and they are alerted to Stormfallen's presence and quickly made work of. They got that flash getting Cless out of harm's way right there, and Amumu comes down from the top, but Amumu's caught without the rest of his team. And even if he had dropped Curse the Sad Mummy right there was no one really to follow up on it. But with Amumu having come down from the top like that, there is now nobody to defend the windmill, and they have 4 champions and a bunch of minions right there. Whereas if Amumu had stayed up at the top lane, things might have gone a little bit differently. But he wanted to try and bail out his teammates to the middle because he thought that's where the push was going to be. But in the end, it was not. So AMPuT is going to take control of the windmill once again. Cless going around towards the lower half of the map. Looks like we're going to see maybe a play for Metalfenrir once again. He's charging up his bow and arrow, tagging him with that. Got the position reversal right there, and a lot of damage on Cless. Duelpower goes right into the fight. Knows that Varus is the more significant threat right there, and puts the damage on him immediately. JigglyThePuff getting worked down now slowly. Position reversal is down, and a lot of his other abilities were down trying to get rid of Nunu. And while successful in taking down Nunu, he did lose himself in the exchange, but that leaves for 3v3 over here because you had 2 down the bottom, and both of them got taken out. Dusekkar, I'm scared for you. Not able to land that banish toss, not able to get in on Ezreal. Good True Shot Barrage puts a lot of damage on board Tall Grass team. Pantheon coming down into the fight right there. Not early enough to get any assists, though, unfortunately. And trying to catch up to Stormfallen, but Varus, Cless is going to kind of make them a little bit wary of pushing any further. Now they're going to go for the drill right now, it looks like. But Genolicious, nope, going to arcane shift out, and oh, Duelpower! That's what you get, Eve, unfortunately. Eve going and trying to get the hurt on Ezreal, but Ezreal has that arcane shift, and like you said, just when you think that Ezreal is in range for you to damage, he's just suddenly not there anymore. And Pantheon, taking advantage of Evelynn extending right, that was able to get the stun and deliver vengeance unto the stealth champ. Dusekkar back on the field now. See them heading over towards the upper end of the map now. Banish toss is over to the minion. Going to make a withdrawal from the United Bank of Minions. It's a credit union. They got really good interest rates. Everything's good. You want to keep your money in minions. It's pretty handy. Only withdraw it when you need to, kind of thing. It's 3v3 up here, going on 4v4 now, and it's 4 people with a defender's advantage against 3. Pantheon goes in for the stun. Looks like that was more of just a harass than an actual full commitment to a fight there. Down in the bottom lane, though, things are looking a little bit icky for Metalfenrir. Got caught with that position reversal. Locked down long enough for Stormfallen to be able to close the gap, and they are able to take him down, but Nunu pops that revive immediately and starts heading back down toward the lower half of the map, and is going to get the interrupt on with the garrison right there. Has the defender's advantage, should be able to delay for quite a while down there. Up at the top, things are going very, very differently. Azezo and Genolicious were able to turn around that engagement up there. Dusekkar banish tosses in on Azezo. Genolicious staying just out of range, does not want to get anywhere near a Curse of the Sad Mummy range to get tagged by that. And bandage tosses in on Azezo, and are we going to see that R key get hit? No. We are not. Does he have it available? No, it's still on cooldown. He must have used it in the last engagement. Nice bandage toss. Takes down Ezreal. Now pursuing Azezo relentlessly up towards the top. And he may be able to get Azezo down, but not anymore because he took a little bit too much damage from the tower without putting enough hurt on Maokai. Hextech Sweeper checks the bushes. Know exactly what's going on. Twisted Advance lands right there. Katarina in on Dusekkar. Nowhere to bandage toss out to. But Science gets caught with an airborne from Xin Zhao. And is Xin Zhao going to be able to take care of this? I'm not too sure about it. He breaks off from Azezo to try and kill Science, but he just didn't have the muscle to take care of either one of them. Unfortunately, Maokai got a little bit too far out of range, and Katarina had a little bit too much health for him to be able to take care of business. And we're seeing a game of the most powerful items in Dominion, Blackfire Torches and Black Cleavers all over the place. They are very, very good items that may or may not need some adjusting according to popular opinion. But seeing Eve with a Blackfire Torch, Amumu with a Blackfire Torch, and that synchronizes very, very well with Amumu because it does that additional magic damage when you deal magic damage. And it gives health, which is great, and it gives ability power, which is great, CDR, which is great. It's just great, that item is. And Shunpo's out to Metalfenrir Nunu, the great escape right there. And this is going to be an engagement right here. Got three of them in the bushes right there, and there goes the absolute zero. Science does get taken down. True Shot Barrage tags all three of them as well, so a lot of good AoE damage coming out from AMPuTs in this engagement right here. Zenthien is able to pick up the kill on Nunu right there, but he's going to get finished off by Azezo. Yes, he is. That Maelstrom keeping alive just longer, delaying. How's that for saying things like rapidly in succession? Pantheon come down from the top. Are they going to stay there? No, they are going to scatter wisely. That spear shot came from somewhere. It was a really awkward angle. Killed Eve very handily right there. Now he's chasing off. JigglyThePuff is going to be able to pick up that double kill. Grand Skyfall being very, very useful in the defense of that. But while all of that was going on up at the top end of the map, Dusekkar able to secure the windmill for his team. And that puts Beware Tallgrass back in a good situation once again. Varus is in the middle of the map. Cless is like, oh, nope, there's people there. I don't want to deal with that. Cless, I'm scared for you. Be careful. Got Stormfallen over here in the middle of the map walking around. Evelynn is a stealth champion. She is invisible. You can't see her unless you got a Hextech Sweeper. And she does reveal herself to try and get in on Azezo there, but gets caught, takes some damage in the exchange. Stormfallen looking a little bit worse. There's Zenthien. They know who they want to kill, putting a lot of damage on him right away, and taking care of Eve and Xin Zhao. And now it's up to Cless and Dusekkar to defend these points for the moment. Looks like we're going to see a 4-man push up at the top. We're going to see a 2-man gank possibly going on down in the bottom lane. Now, Dusekkar does have the ability to hold this if things go well, but he's got the defensive garrison down, and there's just so many minions there that even if he was able to get the interrupts on everybody, then he still wouldn't have been able to hold it, unfortunately. I didn't see the minions there. And he tried the best that he could, tried to delay for as long as he could, and we're just seeing absolute zero from Metalfenrir though, but it's not going to be enough to take out Cless or JigglyThePuff. We're going to feed a bunch of minions to this tower. Azezo coming down to try and defend. Garrison happens, and everything should be okay down in the bottom lane right here. Are we going to see position reversal? No? Looks like I canceled or something like that. I saw the animation for it just a moment ago, and now Science is sticking to Cless pretty hard right there. You got the Blackfire Torch taking on Cless there, and JigglyThePuff is able to get down Azezo, and Cless, I'm scared for you. Science is dangerous. Don't get too close to that Katarina. It could spell doom for you. Up at the top end of the map, we got 1, 2, 3 champions against Duelpower and Genolicious Ezreal and Pantheon up here at the windmill. Looks like they're going to feed some minions to this tower and then try and make a play up here, potentially. They want to make this happen before Katarina and Maokai get back. And Dusekkar goes right in on Duelpower right there, gets a bunch of damage, Curse the Sad Mummy, locks them down, enables them to get in on Genolicious before he's able to escape, quickly sweeps that fight, get the capture on the tower. They're going to turn it neutral for sure, but are they going to get the full cap though? That remains to be seen. They have to go through Science first to get there. Zenthien trying to get it locked down. Now Stormfallen trying to get it finished off. Cless comes up and able to clean up Katarina there. And now Azezo wants to get that last hit in on Stormfallen, and Stormfallen's going to turn around and get a little bit of hate spike damage in on there, and Twisted Advance takes down Evelynn. Now Cless just one good shot away from taking care of Azezo and picking up this tower, but if Azezo can delay long enough, I mean, they're not going to be able to get this. Cless just needs one good shot to be able to turn this around, and there we go, got the corruption, or what is that thing called, again, Chain of Corruption right there. Able to get that. But Pantheon is in range now, unfortunately. Lands, stuns, Heartseeker strikes, spears, sticks with pointy ends everywhere. And Cless doesn't like it, but Dusekkar right over the wall. And look at the damage from Amumu right there. Just so much hurt on Ezreal right away. You see he's got a lot of ability power in there and a lot of health as well. He's got some armor to make him a little bit more resistant to them. So a pretty good build right there, I think, against this team comp. But Science coming into the fight right now gets kicked out by Xin Zhao right away. No, Science, we do not want you. And that's going to end pretty poorly. Double kill for Dusekkar. Get that bandage toss right there. And just, he has so much AP, like Pro Ring, Fiendish Codex, Blackfire Torch, Sorcerer's Shoes, going for the AP right there, and a Thornmail because the enemy team just has so much attack damage from Pantheon and Ezreal, who are their two big damage dealers. And Katarina is a little bit more bursty, so her damage can be mitigated by careful positioning and good interruption or disruption or crowd control, whatever you want to call that. Varus, though, I mean, looking at Clesses, we got Berserker's Greaves, Zeal, we got a Black Cleaver, and a Sanguine Blade. So Cless is able to do a lot of damage, and against amputees who really don't have a lot of big armor items going for them right now. Looks like Katarina is going for a Zanya's Hourglass, but no one else has really gotten anything. There's a couple of Ninja Tabbies there, but no other armor items outside of that. Now, Dusekkar and Azezo having a disagreement over there. As soon as Science sticks his head out, Zenthien says, no, don't want. Duelpower drops a stun on Zenthien to keep him from being able to deliver that damage. Good true shot barrage from Ezreal, tags damn near everyone on the enemy team at once, and pause the game because something happened and we don't know what. So we are going to find out what is up with that there. Can I do this? Will this show up on the thing? No, it won't. That's excellent. Okay, so looks like we have a pause going on right now. Use this opportunity to catch up on the Twitch chat right there. Pause the game for when you just don't have anything better to do, says Sakuriono. And it looks like we are going to see a resume right away there, so nothing serious seems to have been resolved pretty quickly there. And Azezo's got that Maelstrom down right there. Stormfallen on the edge of the fight, comes back in, able to help pick up the kill on Maokai, and now Cless can kill Ezreal, but Ezreal can also kill Varus. So it's going to be a game of exhausts, unfortunately. That exhaust really sealing the deal right there for Varus, and there's no one to defend this top point now, unfortunately. They might be able to get there to stop it from turning over completely if Azezo doesn't cap it. No, Azezo is going to go down right here, and he's going to interrupt them, slow them down, make sure they're not able to get there to stop that. So a really good move, really good exhaust use. Tags him with the bandage toss. Genolicious has to arcane shift out to safety right there. Defensive garrison down on the tower right there. Zenthien is able to deliver the interrupt on silence, on the Science there, but Duelpower came down with the Pantheon Grand Skyfall right there. Stormfallen getting locked down by Azezo, and up at the top, we're going to see Amumu running away from Pantheon as fast as he can because he's so scared of Pantheon. Middle of the map, Stormfallen and Cless have to deal with Azezo and Science, and you see this right here? Science turning around, sees that there's two people chasing Azezo, and he can just kind of go wherever he wants. And Dusekkar with like the craziest kite I've seen in a while, and Duelpower is going to get him down, unfortunately. But he was able to draw Duelpower all the way across the map away from his allies, and it leaves no one at the windmill right now. Down at the bottom of the map, looks like we're going to see some more bottom lane play right here. Cless coming down, has something to say to Metalfenrir. Metalfenrir does not want to hear any arguments right now. And Science is coming down from the top, however, and we will see how this ends. You got the Absolute Zero going down. JigglyThePuff is going to put the suppress on Science, though, but Absolute Zero did so much damage right there. And Katarina able to help pick up the kill, and Science and Metalfenrir able to take care of business every day now down in the bottom lane. Up at the top, it's two champs, two champions. Amumu has to go down here to defend this point, and they're going to make a play very, very quick here if they want to stop the clock. Bandage toss right on over the wall right there. Curse the Sad Mummy goes down, but it just doesn't do a lot of damage, unfortunately, because you see the Abyssal Scepter right there, and we see the Athene's Unholy Grail right there. Both of them very, very high on magic resist, and really mitigating the damage that Dusekkar has been doing. But he is able to save the tower. They got to get one neutral, though, to stop the clock to continue the game. Genolicious is going to arcane shift out away, and like we need a hero Varus or a hero Urgot right here. The clock is ticking. There's only 9 points left on the Nexus health. Are they going to be able to pull something off here? we will see Dusekkar is going down there. We got the Venn diagram in effect right there. JigglyThePuff taking all of the damage. Dusekkar has 3 people's attention down here, but there's no way they're going to be able to get this neutral before the clock ticks down, unfortunately. AMPuT is going to take this game over Beware Tallgrass. They are going to advance on to the round of 4 to play against someone who is yet to be determined.